Why would an alien civilization send a signal to Earth? Humans can also be unaware. It's not that the equipment doesn't work. Far. The really scary thing is, we might not recognize it at all. If you think math is the universal language, send a few numbers and geometric patterns. Aliens will definitely understand. Then you may be underestimating the differences between both parties perceive and think logically. Even the way the world is segmented is completely different. The patterns in our eyes. What is it to him? The direction he understands. What will it become with us? What is left and right? What is an individual? Even what constitutes intelligent life? This is not science fiction in advent. They were real scientists, really thought about. Let's talk about one today. More terrifying questions than whether there are aliens. How should we talk to aliens? Take a look back. You will find the cosmic messages that we have high hopes for. It's probably just humans talking to themselves. What's more desperate, scientists have discovered let alone communicating with aliens. We even leave a message for humanity 10,000 years from now. It's dangerous. Don't get close. You may not be able to do it. So in the face of alien signals, do you want to reply? It's not that they're friends or FOs, but how can you be different from the senses of a language? Even the way of understanding reality. Completely different species. To communicate first, let's see what humans have done before. Let's take a look behind these great projects. Is it full of absurdity again? In 1972, NASA prepared to launch Pioneer 10. At that time, astronomer Carl Sagan proposed, since this thing is going to float around the universe for millions of years, why don't we put a bottle on him? In case someone picks it up in the future. Here we are. So, they designed a 15x 23 centimeters gold-plated aluminum plate. On this metal plate, they carved down what they consider to be any advanced civilization. Hydrogen atom symbols that can be understood. Pulsar localization map. An arrow pointing to the solar system. There are even silhouettes of men and women. But here's the thing. Are these things really universal? First, the arrow symbol. This is after humans invented the bow and arrow in the hunting age. The direction symbol that was just abstract. If an alien civilization is evolving, the bow and arrow were never invented, or they don't hunt at all. Then this triangle plus a straight line pattern, it means nothing to them. And that gesture of the man raising his hand, raise your hand. But actually, this gesture, on Earth, not all cultures find it friendly. Or maybe it's an alien without arms. Lift an accessory limb. Who knows if it's a sign of an attack? In 1974, humans used the Arecibo radio telescope. Send a binary signal 25,000 light years away. Scientists believe that as long as the other party understands these codes. Images of the solar system and human form. What happened? When this code was blind tested on Earth, even the vast majority of humanity's top scientists can't solve it. Why do you expect an alien being to understand? This isn't actually serious interstellar communication. It's more like the way humans understand themselves. Unilaterally launched into the universe. 1977, Voyager carried a famous gold disc. But here's the thing. To listen to this record, you need a gramophone. Young people on Earth today, you may not have seen a gramophone. You expect to intercept this ship 40,000 years from now. Aliens know how to play. Did it find out? Every time we try to communicate with aliens, actually hit, are the walls of our own cognition. Now we reverse the script. An ant greets you with a chemical signal. The bat greets you with an ultrasound. Reduced to a piece color changes DNA to chat with you. How do you know it's trying to communicate with you? Then let's upgrade again. Suppose tomorrow we really received apparently a synthetic alien radio signal. How should we reply? And that's when you think about astronomy. Famous logical deadlock. It's called the Ozma problem, and the question is very simple. So let's say you're using a radio. Chat blindly with aliens light years away. You can't see each other. It has no spatial reference. How do you use only language? Explain to aliens what is left, what is right. You can pause for a moment. You can't use your fingers because he can't see. You can't say the left is where the heart is. Because aliens don't have hearts, or the heart is on the right. You can't say clockwise or counterclockwise, because it depends on the angle from which you look at the clock. As long as you are not in the same physical space, do not share a reference frame, you will never be defined in the universe. This question has puzzled scientists for a long time. Until physics gives an extremely hardcore ultimate solution. In quantum physics, there is a phenomenon called decay in isolation. Electrons released during decay always tend towards a particular spin direction, fly away, because this is the basic physical law of the universe. So you can say to aliens, "You're going to observe the decay of this atom, the direction the electrons are flying out. We Earthlings take care of it. All perfect to solve it, right?" But here lies a terrifying trap. This law of physics only holds true in a universe composed of positive matter. If the alien you are chatting with, his galaxy is made of antimatter, then do the experiment on his side. Electrons go out in exactly the opposite direction. That is to say, he understands the left. It happens to be our right. Until one day, when you decide to meet across galaxies, you extend your friendly right hand. He also extends his right hand, which he understands. The moment you shake hands, positive matter and antimatter contact. Instant annihilation. And this is the destruction of cognitive dislocation. Now there's a deeper problem. To what extent is language used? Determine the reality we see. If we communicate with aliens, we face a fundamental cognitive gap. And on Earth, language can even reshape our sense of reality. Australia has some Aboriginal people. They don't have context in their language. Only southeast, northwest. They don't say you have a glass on your right. It will only say that there is a cup northwest of you. The result is, these indigenous people have an extremely terrifying sense of absolute direction. Language directly changes their ways of handling spatial information. What about aliens? If the language of an alien species, there is no chronological order. If for them, did the past, present, and future happen at the same time? This completely breaks the law of causality. We tell stories with cause and effect to explain physical phenomena, and the universe in their eyes could be a complete simultaneous geometry. Like a fish in the water, he knows the water pressure and temperature, but he could never understand the birds flying in the sky, the wind and gravity felt. When we think about this, maybe you think, and the only thing that can bridge that gap is mathematics, because 2 + 2 = 4 pi. Whether on Earth or in Andromeda, it should be the same. And this is the bridge that many scientists believe in. Numbers in pulses. Start with addition, subtraction, transition to chemical physics, and then we built the cosmic dictionary. But this, again, it's based on an assumption of human hubris. We believe that the underlying logic of the universe is mathematics. Is that possible? Mathematics is just our human brain. In order to understand the chaotic world around us, and a pair of glasses was invented by force. If the way aliens perceive, there is no need to extract the quantity and logical relationship at all. If the way they understand the universe is our brain structure, are they biologically incompatible forever? So much for that. The whole thing ushered in a turning point that was most terrifying to think about. If you say, communicate with aliens who have never even seen a shadow. Empty. The internal communication crisis of our planet. Even more chilling than space conversations. Because we can't communicate with future humans. Somewhere 610 meters underground in the desert of New Mexico. Storage of deadly nuclear waste. The radioactivity of these nuclear will last for 300,000 years. What is the concept of 300,000? Humans have only had writing for 10,000 years. The ancient Egyptian pyramids were only built a few thousand years. The hieroglyphics of ancient Egypt were completely lost. If it weren't for the chance to dig up the Rosetta Stone, we have no idea what it says today. So, when this nuclear waste site is filled and sealed, what warning should be left to ensure the future of the Earth in tens of thousands of years? Intelligent beings know, please don't dig down and write. In 10,000 years, it will be an unbreakable code. How about a skull and radiation? Then I ask you, what do the cultural relics of Sangsingdui represent? So the pattern still doesn't work. Who knows 10,000 years? Will the skull be regarded as a sacred totem of some ancient religion? Instead, it attracts others to dig like crazy. Japan's coastline hundreds of years ago, many tsunami stones have been erected. It says don't build below this line. Result 1,000 years later. No one fully understands the words on it. Villages are still being built down there. The 2011 tsunami arrived, all devoured. Got it? As long as the rainy season warnings lose their power. To solve this problem of leaving a message to future humans, the US government summoned physicists, anthropologists, linguists, even science fiction writers. The plan they proposed, it's more incredible than science fiction. The first option, on the ground at a nuclear waste site. Build a huge and sharp, disorganized black concrete spikes. No text required. Just use this the geometric oppression of anti-human aesthetics. Make them subconsciously feel that this place is dangerous. The second approach is called the atomic priest, since science and writing do not survive for 10,000 years. Live longer? Religion and mythology. We can create artificially. It's a deeply xenophobic religion. Don't dig this land. As the highest religious taboo, hide the truth in myths from generation to generation. And the third option, and the craziest one, it's called GlowCat. Scientists propose genetic modification. Create a way to respond to lethal nuclear radiation. The hair will automatically change color. The glowing cat. Then we start from now on. Write all kinds of fairy tales, nursery rhymes, ballads. Discolor the cat. It means death is coming. Must run away now. This concept, deeply etched into the cultural DNA of human beings. Even after tens of thousands of years, collapsed. The text disappeared. Buildings turned to dust. But as long as the cat is still there, as long as the adults sing the old nursery rhyme about the glowing cat to the children, future life could avoid a nuclear crisis underground. Even in reality, someone is already pushing this glowing cat's cultural movement. After listening to this, you will find an extremely shocking core. Whether it is to aliens dozens of light years away, golden disc, or to future humans hundreds of thousands of years from now, leave the glowing cat behind. We are facing the vastness of time and space with an absolutely insurmountable communication gap. Final choice. They all discard cold data. Return to the original, myths and stories full of emotion. We can't be sure aliens can understand the coordinates of pulsars. There is no guarantee that future generations will be able to read warnings of danger. Why do we keep doing it over and over again? Doing these seemingly futile things? Because these signals towards deep space and the future. Maybe it's not for them to understand at all. These signals are actually proof sent by humans to themselves. They proved, in this deep darkness, in a universe that could swallow us up at any moment, there is such an extremely small extremely stubborn carbon-based creatures, facing eerie loneliness, facing the fate that will be erased by time. We still made a choice not to remain silent. Finally, I leave you with a brain hole. If tomorrow you receive a radio broadcast will you reply? Universe, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments section. I am an old horse. See you in the next universe.